let's talk about the power of saying no, like the importance of saying no. Each time you say no to somebody, you're actually saying yes to yourself. You are saying yes to your priorities. You are saying yes to what actually matters to you. So sometimes when you say no to people, people usually perceive it as you being a bad person or someone being unkind or rude. So each time you say no, you're actually saying yes to what really matters to you. And that is your priorities in life, your goals, the things that you've really set up for yourself. Because sometimes when you say yes, you might be depriving yourself of something. So say no when you really mean it. Don't say no when you really want to say yes. And don't say yes when you really want to say no. Because sometimes when we say no to people, they want to make us feel like a bad person. They usually regard us as the bad eggs, the bad people in the society, the stingy people in the society. But saying no doesn't actually mean that you are bad or you are rude or you are unkind. It simply means that you are being honest to yourself. So it's incredible how much time you have when you learn to say no to the things that you shouldn't have said yes in the first place. Saying yes sometimes means you don't really want the other person to feel bad, or you don't want them to be mad at you, or you don't want them to feel upset. Because why do you even say yes in the first place? It is because you don't really want the person to be upset. You don't want people to feel some certain way about you. But in reality, in the actual sense, you are depriving yourself of something huge. So saying no is a tool for setting boundaries for yourself. It helps you prioritize your own goals. It helps you create a healthier and a happy future. However, some people struggle saying no because they don't want to come off as somebody that is wicked or rigid. They don't want people to perceive them as someone that is selfish or someone that is unkind. Because sometimes when you say yes to these people, of course, they will keep on coming back. For instance, when you help someone financially, of course, they will keep on coming back. However, it is important to remember that saying no is a means of taking care of ourselves. It is also a means of setting boundaries. So by saying no to the things that we shouldn't have said yes in the first place, it creates a happier and a fulfilling life for us. And also it makes our goals more attainable and achievable. So saying yes all the time prevents us from setting our own boundaries, and also it prevents us from communicating our needs effectively to people. It makes our plan unattainable. When you say yes all the time, you might not live a fulfilled life. So, but what I'm trying to say in essence is, I'm not trying to say that you should say no when you really want to say yes. Okay, this is like it is within your capacity. So when you really want to say yes, say yes. When you really want to say no to people, say no to people. So what I'm against is when you want to say no to people, but because of what people might think about you, because of how you're going to come off to people, you feel like, okay, I can't do this because I don't want people to perceive me in this way. Meanwhile, when you grant that request, when you say yes finally, is going to distract whatever you have that is going on for you. Because sometimes when you say yes to the things that you should have said no to, it creates this lack of fulfillment, and also it creates this sense of disconnection within yourself. There are ways you can say no to people. First is to practice saying no. You can't just start saying no to people all of a sudden. Oh, so sorry about that. I mistakenly deleted some video clips during the process of editing. Okay, we are talking about ways we can say no to people, right? The first one that I mentioned earlier is to practice the art of saying no. Okay, just like every other skills, Practicing saying no takes a lot of practice. So you can start by saying no to small requests, and then you can work your way up to the bigger ones. So by doing this, it will give you this sense of self-confidence, and also you will become more comfortable with the idea of saying no. Another way you can say no to people is to be honest. When communicating with people, be honest with your reasons why you are saying no. For instance, let's assume that someone asks you for financial assistance and you don't have that money at that point. It is important to communicate your reasons to that person so that you don't feel misunderstood at the end of the day. Another way you can say no to people is to offer alternatives. If you know that you don't really want to do something, you can actually offer or suggest a different idea entirely. For instance, like let's assume that a friend invites you to a party and maybe you're not in the mood. You can actually suggest a different activities that you would enjoy. So by doing this, you are showing that you still care, okay? And also you are also communicating your needs to that person. There are different ways, different benefits of saying no. Okay, remember that saying no is an essential tool for setting boundaries. So remember that we have different benefits of saying no. First, by saying no, you are preventing burnout at the end of the day. By saying no, you are maintaining a healthy relationship within yourself. By saying no, it will help you gain this sense of self-identity. By saying no, it will enhance your mental health. By saying no, you will focus more on yourself. By saying no, it can help boost your well-being. So these are the benefits of saying no. Remember that saying no doesn't necessarily mean that you are being rude or you are being unkind or you are being a bad person. Okay, it simply means that you can't risk your own thing. Okay, sometimes when you say no, it doesn't really necessarily mean that you are bad. So I really want you to know that you can start saying no when you should say no, and say yes when you really mean yes. And thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.